Hi, this is Patrick. Welcome to my video today. I'm here in Huntington Beach with loud motorcycles. I'm on PCH and the ocean front right here, and the ocean's right here, and all kinds of interesting things. People on scooters and people on bicycles, and up in front of me is the Pasea Hotel there, and all these people that come down to camp in their motorhomes, and then there's the Hilton, big hotel over there. There's the ocean real quick. We're going to go right back to the ocean. And then there's the LIHEAP Hotel. And over next to the Pasea is what's called Pacific City. And I've got really a fun video today. We're going to have a blast with this. And I just want to show you this statue before we get going here because it's really cool. It's been here for a long time in Huntington Beach. And this used to be actually kind of a radical surfing move called off the lip or roller coaster. And it's now, with boards getting shorter, it's more common, but it's still just a great statue here. And let me get over to this here. It's the back, and we're going to walk around it here. It's large. It's probably like 15 feet up in the air. So you put a little scarf around the surfer's neck here. Beautiful statue. You know, other states have statues of leaders, but Huntington Beach is like Surf City, so we have statues of surfers here. So if I can get this a little better for you here. And, you know, I want to talk about the stimulus a little bit, but I mostly just want to talk about some ways that you guys can survive without the stimulus, because you can't count on the government, not for a minute here. And the stimulus is not going to happen until next year, that's for sure. And I knew that. I knew the minute Joe Manchin got his way with the first stimulus, with the bridges and the roads and all that, that he wasn't going to vote for this one, or he'd prolong it. I mean, it's been his plan for day one to prolong it. You don't give somebody half of something that he wants and then say, now give us what we want back. It doesn't work, especially with somebody like Joe Manchin. So anyway, but what you guys got to do is look out for yourselves, you know? And if the government comes through and it helps you, that's just great. And I know a lot of people need help, and it's why I bring it up, and seniors and people on fixed incomes. But at the same time, it's like, look out for yourself every way you can. And I put a list down here at the bottom underneath the video of all these different programs that you can get and ways you can be helped that I think will be great for you. And, you know, everything from you know, snaps and the most obvious ones to maybe you can't make your mortgage, and there's mortgage help now. There had been renter help in California, now there's mortgage help. I think that's going to be nationwide too, and just like the rental one was. But then I was thinking, you know, a lot of people, you know, you should just look around your house. A lot of people have a lot of extra things they don't care anymore about or don't use, and they should just sell them on eBay. You know, people are looking for used things at a cheaper price, and something that you don't want, you should sell. And I'm going to give you some tips on selling things. I've been really good at that. I've done maybe 2,000 items on eBay, and I used to have several stores actually, and I had a surf shop that just grew and grew and grew, and got so big you couldn't even believe it. 2 stories and a giant parking lot, and bought out the businesses next to me, and then I bought the old Newport Harbor Art Museum and made that my surf shop, which was bigger yet. And it was 2-story, but you know, I couldn't have done that if I didn't know how to sell things, and it's an important skill to learn. And let me take a minute here to show you this. This is way up there is the Huntington Pier, and then it's cold today at the beach, and it's a little windy even though the sun's out. I don't know if you can see Catalina or not in the fog. A couple cargo ships, and then down the coast here is Newport Beach. And it's amazing if you look into things, how many programs there are and ways you can actually help yourself. And if you're really down and out and you've used up your SNAP benefits, go to a food bank and get some food. Don't be timid about that. You deserve that. Everybody deserves to eat in America, you know, and take care of themselves. And I wish the best for everybody. And all these videos, you know, I'm talking about money and real estate and some things that are kind of expensive, but then there's things that aren't aren't so expensive, or ways that you can get help for free. And I want to point all those out to you guys. You know, anything that I think that can help you, that's the goal of these videos. I'm retired and I'm just having a good time getting outside and getting the activity, but I want to help you too. So anyway, at one point I got fed up with California. I remember I moved to Oklahoma. I'd been out there and done some comedy shows and really liked it. And it just seems so middle of the road. I know everyone goes, why do you move to Oklahoma? You go, well, it's cheap and you can live here not that much money and no traffic. People go, well, yeah, why did you move to Oklahoma? They keep asking that. And finally you go, well, the people in Oklahoma are just so nice. They're so friendly. And they all agree then. They all go, yeah, the people here are great. And that was the big thing that really was attraction to me. And I didn't want to leave. I was doing stand-up comedy then. I had kind of retired and didn't have to have the shop and the businesses anymore, and sold a lot of real estate, and bought a nice, beautiful home. Got totally carried away. You know, I'm a single person. I bought like a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2 living areas, triple car garage. Realtors go, we love people from California. You guys buy the biggest house in the world, But anyway, I got out there and I needed something to kind of do. And I could play the comedy clubs in town. I like doing that, but there's only 2 clubs in town. I can't play every single week. And I could MC quite a bit too, but I didn't really want to do that too much. And they had a job at a club called Jokers. It was a pretty big club, seated about 400 people. And they had a jobs that you could get where you would call people and give them tickets and get them to come into the club. And then the club would sell drinks and they'd make a lot of money. And they had 17 people doing that. And I go, that'll be kind of fun, talking to people on the phone. I've never been a telemarketer before, and I think I could do that okay. And they go, well, why do you want to do that? You make a lot more money doing stand-up comedy. I go, yeah, I know. I just like a regular job and stay in town. And I was getting offered jobs that were really good by then. I remember they offered me to do this job I had done it before, on a little ship that cruised out from Honolulu Harbor to Diamond Head and back, a little dinner cruise. And they put you in a hotel right across from the Alamo Harbor. I could go surfing all day, and then I could they'd pick me up in a car and take me to the ship, and I'd just go on there and do a little show during dinner and go home and have the whole next day free again. And it was great, right in Hawaii. They fly you over there. And they said, well, you're the only one that really liked doing this show that much. Other people had a hard time because they talk about music and the crowd didn't relate to it as well or whatever. And I go, that's fine. I'd love to do it. But, I'm all settled now in Oklahoma City, and I just moved here, and I just don't want to leave. I just want to make friends, kind of have a normal life for a while. And they understood and everything. So anyway, so I got the job at Jokers. And the first week, they were explaining, you just go through the phone book and call places and get them to come into the club and tell them they can come in for free, bring a group in and see a comedy show. And that doesn't sound very hard, and free. And so I got the phone book, and all the places that were all highlighted were places like beauty salons and apartment complexes where there was a lot of people. And I go, by the way, this is the Hyatt over here. And this is the second tower that they just built on the Hilton Hotel. So I start calling all the places, and they're all underlined. They've been called a million times, and doing the best I can, and thinking I'm a pretty good salesman. And I did about average, and they were happy with it, but I go, that's not really that special what I'm doing. I thought of myself as a better salesman. So I thought about it. And the next week I call, and I go, yeah, this is Patrick from Jokers, and we have a comedy show that's really good this week. We're giving out free tickets, and they're going, oh, we've been to Jokers a million times. We don't want to go there. Practically hanging up on you, which is rare in Oklahoma that people would hang up on you. They're just so sick of being bothered. And I go, oh, well, we can't give out the tickets anymore. They go, well, what do you mean you can't give them out? I go, oh, we're not allowed to just give them away like that. And they go, you can't? And they go, no, we can't do that. And they go, well, how do we get tickets? And the only way you can get a ticket is if you give me a list of 10 people or more today by 5 o'clock that will show up for the show the night that you want it, and I need their names and their phone numbers, and I have to have it in my hand here at the club. The club's open late, but I have to have that list by 5 today. And if you can't, 9 won't work, it has to be 10 or more. And they go, well, we can do that. And I go, okay. I'm just telling you, if you come in with 7 or 8 names, or those names don't show up, or I don't have the list by 5 o'clock today, they won't okay it. Oh, we can do it, we can do it. I go, okay, well, you know where the club is, so bring that by, but it has to be here by 5. And when you didn't quite give it away and made people kind of work for it, they really wanted to come at that point. You know, and I go, it's a really good show, so we're not just going to give these away. Oh, we can do it, you know. And anyway, at the end of the week, each person that works there, they would have different color felt pens that they'd highlight the book with the names that they brought in. And mine was orange. And I mean, it's like half the book was orange. I gave away too many tickets. They could hardly seat the people. It was crazy. And then the people working there are all going, well, there's a girl that she had a private office because she could bring more people in than anybody. And but she had the really easy job because she just called birthday parties. People have been waiting all year for their birthday to bring people into the club. So, you know, they already filled out a form. They wanted to come, and they're waiting for their birthday, and they have their whole party already. And she got the office because of that, and that's all she had to do every week. Had these easy calls to make. You know, people working there are going, well, Patrick brought in more people than she did. You know, Patrick should have the office. And they thought about it. They go, yeah, that's true. He did. Why don't we have a contest and see who can bring in the most people? So we started the contest for the next week, and you know, I'd call and they'd go, well, we don't want to go to Joker's. I go, oh, you can't go anymore. It's different now. It's a special show. I have to list it 10 names. I have to have it today by 5. You have to bring it in. They have to all check out. And if they're not 10 or more, you know, the whole thing. And same thing happened. I won the whole contest again. And I really learned something by doing all that. You know, you go, there's a trick to selling, you know. You got to make people want something and make it special. And right now, I was thinking today, what got me on this topic was that a lot of people that may be hurting a little bit or whatever, you know, sell some things on eBay and get rid of it, but you got to do it right. You got to think about what people want and what will make them want to buy your item and make it special. And you know, you describe your shipping, and you charge more for shipping, but you ship it not by media mail, but you ship it by priority mail, and you package it really well, and you bubble wrap it, and you protect it, and they care about that. And you tell them why your item's better, or how it hasn't been used as much. And you put you put a whole bunch of good pictures in. And you put time into it, and you think about it, and you can make it really work. And then that could be a business for you. You know, you can go around and find other things and sell them, but you have to do it right. And let me tell you one other story. And I'm going to have to make this a part 2 video because this is taking too long. But I used to, well, here's another shot of the Hyatt here. It's a cool hotel because it's only like 3 or 4 stories, but real long. And right across from the beach, there's a little walkway over the Pacific Coast Highway. Then you see the big Hiltons up there. And then this is the boardwalk here. People, they rent these little pedal cars, and they rollerblade, and they go for walks, and they bring their dogs down here. It's just a cool place. Huntington Beach is fun. Anyway, so I had this surf shop in Newport, and eventually I had it where I had one store that just sells nothing but surfboards. And I mean, you want to make your surfboard really special. It's a super competitive market. You know, you just don't have a bunch of used boards by. You have all the new boards all together. You have pure white walls. You have lighting that's really good. Banker gray carpet. So there's the whole focus in there is on the surfboards. And if you come in there, that's what you see. And that's what the idea was, to sell the surfboards and make them very special, like they're the diamonds you're showing people. And anyway, I hired a salesman, especially one, I'm thinking of Anthony, who was a really good surfer and just a nice guy, and everybody liked him. And he got paid by the hour, but he also got commissions on every board he sold. And if he sold a lot of boards, he could really make a lot of money. But, you know, after the first day or two, all the kids respected him and thought he was a great surfer, but he wasn't selling any surfboards. And he goes, I can't seem to sell anything. You know, it's kind of embarrassing, you know. And I go, well, tell me what you say. And he goes, well, as soon as the kid comes in, I go, hi, you know, can I help you? And they just go, no, I'm just looking, thank you. And I go, you can't do it like that, you know? When the kid comes in, you say, where'd you go surfing today? The kid will go, oh, I went up to the river jetty. You go, oh, how was it? The kid will go, oh, it was pretty good. It was like 3 or 4 feet. He goes, wow, that's like cool. What style board are you riding there, those waves? And the kid will go, oh, I'm riding a twin fin. And then Anthony would go, you tell them, you go, well, that's pretty cool. Let me show you what we're doing with our twin fins. This is pretty cool. Check this out. You show them the board, and then you start talking to them about the board and why it would work better, and why you like that board, and why you ride that yourself. And you'll sell a lot of boards. Anyway, he starts doing that, and he's just selling a ton of boards. I mean, you couldn't believe he's making I'm paying him a lot of money, you know, but I'm selling surfboards too, you know. And anyhow, so he's doing real well, and then he's got a great sense of humor. And one day he comes over to me, and he's laughing, you know, I said, what's so funny? He goes, well, you know, this kid comes in, and I go, where'd you go surfing today? And he goes, I went to the river jetty. He goes, how was it? He goes, oh, it was okay. It was about 3 feet. And then I said, what kind of style board are you riding? Kid tells him about it, and then Anthony says, oh, that's pretty cool. Why don't you look at one of these? These are pretty neat. The way they're designed, they hold in tighter, and the fins in better, and they're a little faster because they're streamlined and whatever. And anyway, the kid just turns to Anthony and goes, how come every single time I come in here you go, where'd you go surfing today? How was it? What style board are you riding? And Anthony, he'd just been repeating, he was making a lot of money. So he didn't even think about it. He's just doing the same lecture over and over and over again. And it worked really well for him. I go, you got to vary it though, you know, it's embarrassing. Like a tape recorder there. So anyway, it worked out real well, but it was funny. He just repeated it word for word. And anyway, this is just kind of a lead-in video, and I'm going to make a part 2. I just wanted to kind of get an idea that if you know what you're doing and you research things, and you don't just put something there and say for sale and put a price and be done with it. No, you got to make it inviting to people, make it special, and you'll sell it. And anyway, let me end this video, and thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you looking at it, and if you enjoyed this, leave me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much. God bless.